Absolutely. And so, Charlie, what are some keys for Nazareth to avoid the upset?
Some keys for Nazareth are keep up the running game and don't risk the chance of an interception.
Absolutely. And, Ryan Swift, the RB quarterback, has been a little interception prone of late, but against some very good defenses of Glenbard South, Rich Central, teams like that, Nazareth is one of those teams. And I think for me, the Bulldogs, what they need to do is they need to establish a running game. Justin Agnew last week at Elmwood Park ran for a crazy amount of yards and just was running over tackle after tackle. If he can get those extra yards, fall forward instead of backward, break one or two arm tackles, help out the Bulldogs, get a couple yards, make it a 3rd and short instead of a 3rd and long, I think that will help RB move the ball down the field a little bit because they've had problems doing that.
It looks like Naz will be kicking off. RB will receive. Going from our right to left.
All right, Lewis Rogers and Anton Dixon back to receive the kick.
Michael Hillsman for Nazareth is going to be kicking off tonight.
Hillsman ready. And the game has begun as Rogers back receives a kick. He ran one back for a touchdown last week, and he gets stopped inside the 20 this week.
They had a wedge set up there early on, but the kick return didn't quite get to it in time, and the blockers made their way through that wedge.
Yeah, a lofty kick really gave Nazareth a lot of time to get down there.
Number 7, Robbie Brinley, made the stop on that play. He has been great as of late in the backfield.
Yeah, a true defensive force. As Swift lines up in the shotgun with Agnew, who we talked about a little bit ago, right next to him. Swift waiting the snap. Man in motion. Dean Siglish. As Swift backs his pass, gets sacked right off the gate. Oh, man. That Nazareth player blew right by number 71 on the Bulldogs. That'd be Vince Castillo.
This will be one of the things that RB's going to have to deal with all evening. If you just look at the size of the Naz defensive linemen compared to our offensive linemen, they're definitely outsized, and so that's going to be a tough assignment for the RB offensive line to be able to hold these guys off if they're pinning their ears back if they know there's a pass.
Yeah, I think it's one RB's definitely up to. As Swift under center. Agnew behind him. 3 receivers set. Snap to Swift. Swift. Oh, man. I don't think he and the receiver, Dean Ziglish, were on the same page there. I think Swift may have had Anton Dixon open in the flat there, maybe get a couple positive yards, bring it back to a 2nd and not as long.
Well, and again, if you're not going to have much time in the pocket, then a lot of the plays are going to have to be quick hit type of plays. They're not going to have 3, 4, 5 seconds back there. They're going to have to get rid of the ball quick.
And that's on the RB coaches to make that adjustment. Swift in the shotgun. This is one of those plays where Nazareth defensive line will be pinning their ears back, looking to get the quarterback. Swift lobs it up. A little overthrown, Anton Dixon was.
So there's an example of RB maybe taking a shot downfield. They ran 4 receivers to the left, tried to bring all the defense over there, got a one-on-one matchup on the right side, and they just didn't connect.
Pressure there was by Matt Vance. He has been great getting to the quarterback before that throw.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Nazareth's impressive wins of late. They've had a couple. They're on a bit of a winning streak, aren't they?
Yes, Naz is on a 3-game winning streak right now, coming off a win of Carmel, Notre Dame, and Bennett.
Awesome. In all those wins, they've looked pretty dominant, except the one where they may have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
And as a great kickoff return, but flags are flying from all over. And that is number 6 for
Doug
Naz.
DeFusco.
I don't know if that might be coming back,
yeah,
I
that
think.
probably is coming back. Maybe some holding or blocking the back calls, but, yeah, they're not ruling it a touchdown. Yeah, that will be brought back. They're giving the main ref the block in the back signal, looks like on Naz. Costly penalties like that, not what Naz wants. They want to keep on moving. Penalties like that just took 6 points off the board right there.
Well, and this is something RB's going to have to take advantage of. They got a break there. They get to start back in their own territory, and this is a good opportunity for them to step up defensively and try to get a stop.
Number 16, Jake Bartels, will be the quarterback starting off this game for Nazareth.
Bartels under center. Strong side eye as great tackle in the backfield by Richard Theus, the linebacker.
Number 27 on the carry, Mike Masterson, trying to gain some yards there.
Yep, only got 2 though, as Richard Theus, one of the pound-for-pound strongest players on RB's linebacking core, especially tonight. Let's see, there's a sweep out to number 2. That'd be Citro. Ball's out, ball is out. Bulldogs dive on it. Looks like that was number 58, Jaron Modi, who dove on it. Looks like the Bulldogs have the ball. That's taking advantage of it, isn't it?
That was a nice play defensively. They got some good containment on the outside and made the running back turn back in. And even though it looked like he had a hole, the gang tackle was able to get the ball loose.
Perfect. As that ball shot a couple ways, but it's back to the spot of the fumble. All right, now Swift will have a second chance to run the offense. Under center, 3 wide receiver set. Motion Zigulich across. Hand off to Agnew. Agnew up the middle. Brings a couple extra yards and makes it about 2. That could have easily been a play in the backfield, but he broke a couple tackles.
Yeah, the RB offensive line got a decent push there. Was able to get some positive yardage out of that play.
Okay. Just a reminder, the score is 0-0 with 9:30 left in the first quarter. Ryan Swift in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers set. Swift, bootleg right. Tracy, good hands, holds on to it. That's another way to get or escape that Nazareth pass rush.
Right, they get rid of the ball quick. If you noticed before the set, Naz had nobody back deep. They were playing man-to-man on the 3 receivers. They had 8 guys in the box. They're going to maybe dare RB to try to take a deep shot here. So they were able to connect on underneath route.
Well, Ryan Swift, since coming in the second week of the season, has had a 56% completion. You know, mediocre. About actually very similar to the Naz quarterback's completion percentage. Pitch to, that's Butch Wicken, and he does not get much. Right back to the line of scrimmage.
And Naz did a nice job containing that play, made the running back turn upfield, and all the help was right there for him.
Well, you know, Butch is a true contributor to the RB football program. He was a monster on the sophomore team for quite some time, and with several injuries to the running back core, Brian Kulaga, Matt Chapp, Adolfo Linares all out, it's up to Agnew and the sophomore running back, Butch Wicken, to help out. Agnew's a bit more of a power back. Butch is definitely the speed back, but he can break a couple tackles as Agnew gets the handoff. Back to the line of scrimmage again.
Well, in a season like this where the wins aren't there for the Bulldogs, they have some sophomores that they brought up that they can get some really good experience with, really see what they can do. I mean, these are the guys they're going to build the program around over the next couple of years. So even if the games aren't coming out great on the scoreboard, they're gaining some invaluable experience.
Yeah, namely Ryan Swift, Peterborough Peardenach, and don't forget about Butch Wicken we just mentioned. Swift. Oh, it's a little bit of razzle-dazzle, but Adolfo Linares cannot break the ankle tackle there.
And that was number 74, Jack Schutak, on the tackle.
Man, I thought Adolfo was going to break it for a big one, but smart play by Nazareth linebacker, just holding back a little bit, making sure they didn't come back, which RB ended up doing. And now Ben Brandos will punt away for RB.
Back deep again for Nazareth is going to be Doug DeFusco.
DeFusco showed some explosiveness last time. Line drive punt, and he may have a sideline, and he does. It's up to Brandos to stop him. Breaks through the kicker's tackle, and he may be going all the way.
He's going. Touchdown signaled.
It is a touchdown, Nazareth.
RB looking for the flag there.
Didn't look like it. May have been a block in the back, but I think he may have been already gone as Nazareth takes a 6-0 lead.
Well, he had a kick that didn't have a lot of air under it. It got to the return man pretty quick. The coverage team really didn't have a chance to get down there and converge on the return guy, and there were a lot of lanes to run through.
Yeah, you know, maybe a higher kick or one away from the returner. We may be seeing that next time.
Nazareth up here for the extra point.
He's up and good. Nazareth 7, Bulldogs 0 with 6:42 left in the first quarter. The Bulldogs haven't gotten much offensively so far. I don't even know if they've gotten a first down yet. I don't think they have. And I think that that's credit to Nazareth defense because the Bulldogs have been running some good plays, but there's always a Nazareth defender right there.
Yeah, Naz defense has been great as of late. Last week against Bennett, able to stop their running game, which brought us Naz to victory.
Well, this will be a good test for the RB coaches. They got to keep the kids up, keep them in the game. Again, we know it hasn't been a great season, and so you start getting down early. You start wondering if the kids are going to keep their heads in the game. So this will be a good chance for the coaches to really keep them going in this ball game.
Hillsman will be kicking from the right hash.
Speaking of the coaches, Coach Dan Curtin, head coach of RB, wants an assistant coach at Nazareth, so this is a familiar team to him, even though he was a couple of years removed from the program when he came here. Is still a team that he coached in the past and one that he would love to beat tonight as Dixon brings it out to the 25 after a great tackle by number 7 on Nazareth, Robbie Brindley.
Well, he didn't break through there, but that return was set up a lot better than the first one. They had their timing down much better with that return.
And it looks like there is an injured player for RB.
It may have been Dixon who got upended by an ankle tackle.
Yeah, he came down hard, I think, off of that. You're right.
All the Bulldog players take a knee. Now they're sending for a couple people here. It looks like maybe a concussion. They're going for the ambulance right now. This does not look good for Anton as trainers are scrambling all over the place with various equipment. Yeah, here comes the ambulance. This is
not good.
Yeah, not good at all.
Especially this way in the season, you don't want anyone truly injured that bad.
Exactly. Just a reminder that we are sponsored by Dr. Pizza. Love their pizza. Great stuff. And Dr. Sticks are delicious.
I've been teaching here for 20 years. I've eaten a lot of Dr. Pizza.
I'm sure you have,
those 20 years.
Sure you have. Talking about the game, Bulldogs are playing all right. It's kind of how we expected them to play. They're playing a little bit more conservative, trying to run the ball, gets the time possession on their side. not try to throw too much, but when they do throw it, get the ball out quickly. And if we had some better coverage on the kickoff, or the punt, and the punt was better. Either way, it could still definitely be a 0-0 game right now.
Yeah, right now they haven't been driven on yet, so that's a positive they can take out of this first few minutes here. And again, I think if they settle into more of a quick hitting offense, if that where they can get the ball out quick, if they don't feel that they can run against Naz's size up front, they might have some success. That's something we'll have to see if the coaches make that adjustment for.
All right, they brought out the stretcher for the injured Bulldog. I think it is Dixon.
Well, whatever it was, they must have saw it quick because they didn't hesitate to get the ambulance out on the field.
That's true. As a true blow to the Bulldogs receiving core, Anton is one of the more sure-handed receivers, and good combination with his speed. He'd be one of those targets on those quick hitters we were talking about.
We were talking earlier about how two of the skill positions for RB are sophomores now, at the quarterback and one of the running backs that rotates in there. I've been around here long enough to remember some of the glory days 12 or so years ago when Tim Brasic was here and Chatone Powers and that crew that had some really great seasons here in 2000 and 2001. But if you were to look at the records the year or two before that, they were 2-7, 1-8. And they brought up a bunch of those kids as sophomores in 1999 and let them cut their teeth. And, they got beat a lot, but they learned how to be varsity football players, and they kind of planned on that class being the one to rally around. So maybe there is some good outlook here for the future of RB football, that if these sophomores are the goods, they can get some good experience here these last few weeks of the season and have something to really work towards for next year.
Great point. I think it was part of the decision that went into Ryan Swift being the starting quarterback after Jack Vanderwerk went out with a separated shoulder for a week or two and would have been back in, but now he's a receiver slash offensive, just a leader on the offense. He really helps out the team. And he's an athlete. He's a basketball player, really athletic guy, very big. He's 6'8". Getting scouted for basketball just purely on his size because he's a big guy. So he'd be a big red zone target if the Bulldogs need him tonight. And but Ryan Swift, you see him out here on the field every Thursday morning when everyone's arriving for school. He's out here working, one of the hardest working players on the Bulldog team, constantly wanting to get better at the quarterback position. And if he keeps that dedication throughout the next couple of years, he could be a great quarterback senior year or even next year.
Well, that's a good leadership skill. That's what you want. You want your leader, your quarterback, to be that kind of kid. The kids will rally around him. They'll start to emulate that behavior, and it makes it easier as coaches to get the teams doing the things that you want them to do when you have your quarterback and your running back and those kids, setting a good example.
Looks like they're about to get ready, bringing the stretcher into the ambulance. And with Dixon in our prayers, we can get this game started again as the crowd gives an ovation.
Hard to tell where they had him strapped down. It looked like they had his head kind of immobilized there. Didn't look like it was anything with the lower extremities.
Yeah, they always do that on stretchers, though. We'll see.
Hopefully it's nothing major.
Yeah.
Try to get you as much information as we can as the game progresses on Anton's injury here. You know, that's the kind of dangers of a NFL or high school or college football community going against hitting high, going against hitting high, and you know, take out someone's legs like that. Player definitely went low on Anton, which made him upside down and may have a head injury anyway. So it's a lose-lose situation right now sometimes.
Well, and that's what a lot of the complaints from the NFL into the college ranks is that they can't hit up high. They're afraid of getting penalties, and so their only recourse is to go low. And the players that are having the ones that are holding the ball that are getting hit like that, now you're risking their careers if they blow a knee or a foot or an ankle or something like that. Sad to say, they'd almost rather take the hit up high because it might not be a career ender where a knee injury would.
Yeah, but the NFL's response is that the concussion may not be a career-ending injury, but it has ramifications after football. RB looking to come away from the injury. Verdon coming in for Anton. Christian Verdon, the senior. Ryan Swift in the shotgun. Backs on both sides. 3 receiver set. Lewis Rogers, good hands.
See, again, there's an example. Naz is going man-to-man on the outside. They got nobody deep as a safety over the top, and RB's looking to take advantage of that.
Yeah, we'll see if the play calling gets more and more aggressive on the passing side of the ball. That was good hands by Lewis Rogers, who has notoriously sticky fingers on offense. All right, we have Rogers, Verdon, and Ziegler receivers. Linares and Agnew the backs. Ooh, try to find, is that Ziegler underneath? Ziegler underneath. Or rather, Rogers.
Now you can see they threw that underneath. The linebackers had dropped a little bit, so maybe they realize, okay, if they're going to throw the ball, then those linebackers got to bail into coverage a little bit. That opens up the running game potentially. So we'll see how this plays out.
Just a game of cat and mouse between the Nazareth sideline and the RB sideline. Because one way RB could get an advantage in this game is to out-scheme their opponent. Snap is Swift. Immediate pressure and has to get rid of it. Ball incomplete. But Swift's about to get drilled. That defensive lineman came in untouched. That was number 13.
They brought the blitz up the middle, and they
Dex
only
Kelly.
had 4 down linemen, so somebody didn't pick up that stunt.
That's one of the advantages I think Naz will have. They are a good defense, and they know how to put pressure on the quarterback. Even if it doesn't mean getting him down, they'll put pressure on him to throw it away early.
Yeah, most ranks they record hurries, hits, and knockdowns. All those things help out a lot as the Bulldogs get a lucky bounce off the punt, and that ball's rolling almost all the way to the 25, 26-yard line.
Well, you said that before, Andrew, that maybe they'd stop punting it straight at him. That one was angled more towards the sideline. Return man let it roll, and they got some extra yardage out of it.
Ben Brondo's a smart kid. He's a soccer player who, mainly soccer player, but football uses him as the punter and kicker. He's got a big leg, one of the biggest legs on the soccer team, so why not use him in football? Great member of the RB athletic community.
Only the second time Jake has been called out to actually work.
Yep, and that's the varsity quarterback for Nazareth.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they keep on switching him out with his younger brother, Carson. They did that a lot last week, and that seemed to work for them.
DeFusco, who had the return for the touchdown in the backfield. Incomplete pass. Pass intended for number 6, DeFusco.
Good coverage underneath by the RB defenders out on the wide side there.
Yeah, and this is something else Naz is known for. They try to get a playoff every 10 seconds.
Wow, that takes a high-powered offense. You have to be in very good shape as that is Nazareth all the way down to the Bulldog 37-yard line. Great run by Nicholas DeMatteo.
When you're right about the no huddle, they got that playoff quick, and RB wasn't even set and ready to go, so that was an easy edge for them to set. RB down linemen didn't even have their hands on the ground yet.
Yeah, they do have a fast-paced offense, as you said, Charlie. So Bulldogs have to be ready for that. Bulldog defender in the backfield. See the pass is incomplete, out of bounds. Ooh, watch out for that late hit.
Number 28 for Nazareth, that's Justin Wheeler. But Bartels just threw it out just a smidge out too far.
Well, and RB gave him a taste of their own medicine. They got good pressure on the quarterback, forced him to throw it before he was ready. Ball floated out of bounds.
Matt Action Jackson on the sideline there, maybe giving a little bit of a hit after the play.
Seen plays like that before get called for a penalty, and that is not the good thing.
Oh my goodness, he got way more yards than Naz was expecting there. He got 10 on the inside power O run.
Looks like that run was made by number 28, Justin Wheeler.
And Naz got a good push on the right side there. Good chunky yardage.
As they
he's got the speed. Ball out.
Again.
Looks like RB may have recovered. Looks like they did. We'll see here, we'll see.
On that play, though, they did bring out Carson Bartels after that first down conversion.
DeFusco was the one who got the ball. It looks like RB recovered.
Very similar to the first fumble. They got a nice contain on the outside, forced the running back up inside. Looked like there was a hole, but he didn't hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that was a great job for the Bulldogs going after that ball. That's one way we'll see it. If you can see a replay right here. See, the Bulldogs just dove on that one. They collapsed over the ball on that one. All right, now Swift will go out for his third possession of the game. Swift, handoff to Linares, Agnew, and he gets stuffed in the backfield for a loss of 2.
And looks like number 11 was on that sack, Kevin Jackson.
Well, and unfortunately, to keep the balance, you got to run a little bit, or they're going to sell out on one or the other. So even if you're not getting any yards out of those plays, you got to commit to keep running the ball a little bit just to keep them honest if you want to be able to throw it.
That'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Bulldogs.
All right, this is where we may be expecting those quick hit passes as Swift is in the shotgun. Couple Naz players showing blitz, and here they come. Swift gets it out quickly to Rogers, hanging on to the ball. Gets a couple yards, actually gets a few. Looks like he got 7 yards there, make it a 3rd and 5.
That time the center for RB picked up the blitz and was able to hold it off, and they had a chance to get the play off.
Number 11, Kevin Jackson, was on the stop there.
As that quick hit passing action, crossing receivers, caused a little bit of confusion defensively. Gave Lewis that space he needs to catch the ball, hold on to it, and he fought for an extra 3 or 4. Swift in the shotgun again. 3 receivers. There's no safety over the top. Draw here. Let's see if Agnew get. Oh, he does get it and more. Let's see what happens here as he gets down to the 50-yard line. Fantastic play call as Nazareth had nobody on that side of the field. Great draw play. Justin Agnew, great explosiveness. He's known for more of a power back, but when he's in open field, he can get it going.
They set that up nice. Naz is obviously getting a lot of pressure upfield, so you kind of play off of that. You let him over rush and go past you, and then you run the draw up underneath it.
Fantastic play calling, Coach Curtin. All right, Swift in the shotgun again. 2 wide receivers stacked near side as Ziegler's in motion. Fakes a handoff, and Swift is under pressure. Just gets rid of it. May have been trying to hit Rogers, but he's saying Rogers was saying he was being held on that one. Lewis jogs back to the huddle.
The RB receivers, I think, can handle getting open on those short routes, but there's just got to be enough time to get those throws off.
And that was Daniel Bakovic playing pressure.
Yeah, he was quick too. Ryan was lucky to get that ball off. And looks like a false start will be coming off there as a center. Gabe Lopez was a little late to get the ball to Swift. I'll push the Bulldogs back 5 yards. Man, drive killers. Those false start penalties, you know, those are drive killers. Just lose a lot of the momentum they got from that big run by Justin. All right, in this play here, they're looking to get 5, maybe even 10 yards to make it a 3rd and manageable. Or maybe even 3 or 4 to make it a 3rd and not impossible. Swift under center. A lot of pressure coming. Oh, he's looking for Lewis Rogers deep. Lewis must have tripped over his own 2 feet on that one, and his pass is a little overthrown as well. Lewis has that breakaway speed, another track guy. Most of the RB football players also run track in the spring to stay in shape, and helps out with their speed a lot. Same with the running backs, Matt Chapp and Butch Wicken.
Well, and I think as much as they got a nice run a couple plays ago, they're going to need to hit a play like that here and there if they're going to sustain a drive and really take it all the way down for scores. They're going to have to hit a few of those.
With 2 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first quarter, RB is up 7-0. All right, Swift goes down. Pressure by number 13, Dex Kelly. Bulldog silent, not happy about that pressure as he came in untouched.
Well, again, you're running 3 receivers out into patterns. They're bringing 7, maybe 8 guys, pretty much selling out and hoping that their defensive backs can cover the receivers. And it's just hard to stop 7 or 8 guys coming full speed.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the Bulldogs linemen. It's going to be a hat on a hat.
Doug DeFusco back around the 24-yard line on the left hash.
Big punt by, and that is clobbered by number 29 on the Bulldogs. That'd be Matt Action Jackson.
Lucky he held on to that, otherwise that would have been great field position for RB.
That is true, as he already fumbled twice tonight, so.
Well, again, a much better job directionally, keeping that kick towards the right hash. Gave the gunner a chance to be right there when he caught it.
Good hustle by Matt getting down the field as well.
Number 3, Carson Bartels is back in.
Great blindside pursuit. A Bulldog linebacker. That was Purple Beard Knock. David, another one of those sophomores. Really good rushing the quarterback from a stand position.
Carson taking the ball.
Tries to shake a tackle here, but great tackle by Matt Jackson.
Yeah, it came up nice to make that play. It looked like the quarterback had some room to run there, and he closed it down pretty well.
Carson was looking for that pass, but there was nothing for him. Lucky it just returned to original line of scrimmage there.
Carson back. Player wide open.
That was number 44, Joey Nelson.
And Nelson got a big chunk of yards there, and he brings it down to the Bulldog 45.
And they now bring out number 19, Jonah Boudet to replace Carson.
They're cycling a bunch of quarterbacks because they run such a fast-paced offense. They want to keep their signal caller a little fresh. Hand off to 5.
Flag on the play.
There are flags flying all over the place. That was Daniel Bakovic on the carry. See what the call is.
So it may be against Naz.
That's illegal motion on Naz.
See, now RB's got to be ready. They know they're not going to huddle. They're going to go right back to another play, so they got to get the defensive calls in and get set right away so they don't get caught. As soon as they spot this ball, Naz is going to be on it, getting ready to run a play.
There's Louis Grigoletti on the defensive line, known for more of an offensive guy, but I think the Bulldogs realized that they needed a little bit of size in this game, as it's Kundari, Grigoletti, and Zach Greenwell up front, 3 of the biggest guys on the team. Running over a couple Bulldogs and gets 4 yards on the carry.
That's Kyle Tucker, number 34.
It was a pretty good job by the RB defensive line staying home. Linebackers filled nicely on that play.
Last week, Kyle was able to gain a first down and a lot more, even with 4 Bennett players on him. So he has enough strength to carry teams down.
Ball out. Oh, man, lucky recovery by the quarterback, Jonah.
That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter.
Nazareth is having some troubles hanging onto the ball. We'll see if that changes in the second quarter. Brought to you by Dr. Pizza. We will be right back. Hello and welcome back. Deep bomb. And that is clear pass interference. That is number 12 on the Bulldogs, Butch Wicken.
And that was number 6 trying to catch it, Doug DeFusco.
It was a great pass. May have been a little underthrown. If Wicken could have got his head around, he may have been able to get to the ball. I don't even think he realized the ball was going to DeFusco on that one.
Yeah, and I think that was the key. He didn't get his body turned around. He didn't get his head turned around, and he made contact there. A good thing in high school, it's only a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot a foul penalty. So although 15 yards isn't good, at least it's not being spotted at the 25-yard line.
And that will give Nazareth a first down. It was a 3rd and 15, so the Bulldogs had him in a good position. But a costly penalty will give Nazareth the first down in Bulldog territory.
Well, they got to regroup here. They had a good first quarter. It's about as good as they could have expected. And now they got to come out firing in the second.
And as Naz starts off, Jake Bartels loses the ball and is going down.
And that was Peardenach getting on Bartel, as well as Verdon.
Play was not the best. He fumbled it automatically, but RB wants the ball, but it looks like it would be down on contact with the ground.
He clearly recovered that ball, and it will bring up a 2nd and forever.
22. And it looks like they bring in Carson.
He's back after fumbling the ball earlier, handing off rather. Carson escapes the pressure. Grigoletti trying to get there, can't get there in time. Carson may get the first down here. Some good blocking. Oh, and that's a clear block in the back called. That was a big block in the back by the Naz player. And that was Jordan Petronella, a junior, shaken up after the block in the back.
Well, they had good pressure on the quarterback. They just didn't hold the containment on that far side. They had good coverage downfield with the receivers, but that right side of the field opened up for the quarterback.
All right, and that brings the ball back 5 yards, but
that's still a gain in Nazareth.
It is. That was a great job with pocket vision.
And it's still 2nd down, so they still have a chance to bring it back.
Sure do. 2nd and 16.
And it looks like they also brought back Jake.
Man, all these Nazareth quarterbacks can't even keep them all straight here. Screen play. Oh, overthrown, almost intercepted. And I think that may be an illegal touching by number 73 on Naz, Daniel Lockie.
The RB was fortunate there. They were scrambling around in their defensive formation. When they snapped the ball, they had guys flipping sides, and they still were able to get good pressure on the quarterback after the snap.
Sure were, and lucky for the overthrow, which caused a illegal touching call.
You're right.
Yep, an illegal touching on Naz. All right, the score only 7-0 with 10:30 left in the half.
RB defense has to be so mentally tough here. Not only they got to be physical to stop them, but they got to make sure they don't give up a big play. They got them back on their heels. They got a ball game here in the second quarter, and they got to make sure they keep Naz on their heels, keep the momentum in their corner.
It's third down. All right, pitch to DeFusco, who almost escaped the tackle.
It was all right. Good pursuit.
Great job by 58, Jaron Moody, and Lewis Rogers coming in with a flying hit.
It looks like DeFusco is down, though, on the sideline.
Yeah, Lewis gave a little bit of a tough hit to his upper body there. DeFusco may need a trainer. He definitely will. Rogers lowered the boom as DeFusco was kind of already going down, trying to make sure he didn't fall forward. It was a legal hit, but looks like it may have caused some damage to a very crucial part to the Nazareth offense.
With the ball at this part of the field, you got to be ready for any kind of fake punt here, even though it's fourth and a long way. They're past midfield. This is something that the RB defense can be going over right now while there's a pause in the action. Make sure that they got all their calls right. Make sure they keep track of all these eligible guys for Nazareth as they line up for the punt.
Though, if Naz does choose to punt, Michael Hillsman has made a 54-yard field goal at Naz.
Oh, man, what a kick. That's a
So-
big leg for high school.
Yeah.
Well, from here, if you snapped it back, you'd be kicking from midfield. You'd be looking at a 60-yarder. That might
pros
put you in
can't
the
hit that
record.
one.
Yeah, that might put you in the record books for the state.
Yeah.
All right, both teams going to the sidelines as DeFusco needing even further medical attention.
And this could be bad for DeFusco if it's anything major. That may put him out for the rest of the year. And that would not be a great way to end his senior career.
Let's hope it's nothing too serious. 10:18 left in the first half. Nazareth up 7-0. Preparing to punt away to the Bulldogs. But as you
And
said, watch that fake.
DeFusco is up and walking with little assistance, so that always looks good.
Yeah, it means it's probably not a leg injury. That's good news. All right, Naz preparing to punt away.
Mike Masterson going to be punting this away.
Rogers back to receive. Snap. Big booming kick. Fair catch called for by Lewis Rogers out of the 12-yard line. Good kick, a lot of hang time.
Yeah.
So once again, RB defense holds. They've yet to allow Naz to drive all the way down the field. So again, they're right where they want to be. This is about as good as they could have hoped for here. About midway through the second quarter, right here in a game, they just got to get a drive going offensively.
All right, we're hoping for a little bit more of an offensive possession. We've had little offense besides the one fantastic play by Agnew. I don't want to discount that, but a lot of quick hitters. You just got to keep those moving, keep the Naz defense on its toes. They bring a lot of guys. Uh-oh. And it looks like Swift may be on the 1-yard line, if not a safety. Yeah, they're marking him inside the 1.
Ooh, that looks so close.
Yeah, that could have easily been called a safety,
Yeah,
I think.
they spy it where the ball actually hit the ground. That would have easily been a safety.
I think his knee may have hit the ground before the ball was in the end zone, though. And I think they made the right call there, as it'll be 2nd
and 20.
And again, Naz keeping everybody up in the box. There's nobody deep for them. They're playing man-to-man on those receivers, and they're just bringing blitzers every time.
There's the
Swift trying to get at least just out of the back of the end zone. Gets maybe a yard.
try and make sure they don't give up any fumble or interception this deep in their own zone.
Yeah, at this point, you might just be trying to get enough yards so you can set up your punt team and try to clear it out of there.
Swift under center. Handoff. Gets maybe 2 yards. Downhill running. I think the Bulldogs weren't going to try to go for anything too aggressive, hoping just get something small.
And they bring out number 85, Joey Fontano, the backup receiver, in for DeFusco.
Brando's punting from the back of his own end zone. This could be a big chance to return for Nazareth. Oh, and the kick was blocked. That goes straight up in the air. Kick was definitely tapped there. As he's picking it up, oh, he was lucky not to fumble that. He was bobbling that. Great hit by Purple Peardendock. Great awareness. But, oh, my goodness.
Great hands by Joey Fontano keeping the ball.
Yeah.
Especially after a hit like that in the arm.
Yeah, that could have easily been a touchdown or a fumble. Good play by both players.
All right, big test here for RB's defense. They got Naz has the ball deep in RB territory. Let's see if they can keep holding on here.
And it looks like Jake Bartels is back to be QB.
Bartels.
Giving the ball to number 28.
And the ball's out, and RB has it. That is the 3rd fumble RB has forced in this game. And that's the 3rd one they've recovered as well. Oh, my goodness. How times turn so quickly. With 7:50 left in the half, RB is only down by 7.
Nazareth getting really sloppy.
That's one way to get out of your own end.
That sure is.
A punt and a fumble recovery.
Oh, my goodness. It's been a crazy couple series. First, a long sack, almost forced a safety, and then a blocked punt, which was almost fumbled, and then a fumble right on the first play. My goodness. What a game. Swift in the shotgun. Agnew next to him, and it looks like maybe RB moved first. We'll see the call.
Looks like the refs are saying RB.
Yep, false start on RB. Ah, okay. Now we got a 1st and 15. Let's go. You know, RB offense kind of shooting itself in its own foot right there. The false start penalty. Ryan Swift, shotgun with Zieglich and Agnew flanking. Snap to Swift, handoff to Agnew. Agnew fights for for 2 very hard-earned yards. All right, now the 2nd and about 14.
Again, RB doing a good job of keeping the clock moving, trying to shorten this game up a little bit. But at some point, they're going to have to put some kind of drive together.
So you saw the good downhill running by Agnew. All right, second and long. See that quick hitting, passing offense again. Swift in the bootleg, looking for someone open. He has Lewis wide open. Lewis turns. You can tell he was surprised. Good job staying on his feet. You can tell he was surprised that he was that open. As soon as Lewis Rogers caught the ball, he turned around. I could see his eyes all the way up from up here just widen when he saw that open field. Great job closing down that open space by Nazareth defense, and good job staying on his feet, as that forces a first down on a second and very long.
Agnew did a nice job there blocking after he took the fake, stayed in there, put a nice block on to keep the pressure off of the quarterback. He was able to complete the pass.
And good vision by Swift under pressure. He was about to get clobbered, and he stood in and delivered the ball to Lewis Rogers. Swift under center, Agnew. Three-yard receiver set. Bootlegs left, blindside pressure. Coming back for it is Davis, who maybe gets a yard. Forward progression gives him a yard.
Well, you see him going to a couple of rollouts there. Obviously, the pressure up the middle was getting to him, so they've tried to adjust the play calling, get the quarterback out of the pocket, get him on the run, work those short routes, see if they can move the ball that way.
I love the coaching by the RB sideline today. It's been fantastic. Coach Curtin dialing up just the perfect plays at times, getting receivers wide open, and getting Swift on the run, ball out of his hand quickly, draw plays, just keeping the defense from, as you said earlier, pinning their ears back and rushing full steam ahead. Nazareth yet again gives no safety help over the top, shown. Fakes the handoff around the end, and Swift has it. Ooh, lost about, actually may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage on that one. We'll see what they call. Smart play call. Would have broken a tackle. That could have went for a big gain.
So now the adjustment by Naz, they brought their pressure from the outside linebacker positions instead of up the middle, kept their middle linebackers home, and they were able to turn that play back into the middle where their linebackers were waiting.
Yeah, and Ryan Swift, known for using his legs, a lot of people think he's just a pocket passer, but he has just as many passing touchdowns as he has rushing touchdowns, with 4 each this season. He can really he's deceptively quick for a pretty tall guy. 4:46 left in the first half. Nazareth up 7-0. Just reminding you to check out our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/myrbtv, or check us out online. You may be watching online right now, streaming live 24/7. Also, our 24/7 sports network was just launched. Shows just classic games, old games. If you're feeling like some RB sports at any time of the day, dial up the RBTV Sports Network. Sponsored by Dr. Pizza, as always.
All right, RB called a timeout. Let's see what they come out here, 3rd and long.
Bulldogs. 3 receivers and a tight end in. Agnew in the backfield with Swift in the shotgun formation. Big pressure up the middle. Swift.
Intercepted.
Oh my goodness. Swift a little off balance, was getting hit as well. That was a big hit laid by number 57 on Nazareth, David Heyer.
And number 11 on that interception, Kevin Jackson.
Great play by the Nazareth defense there, getting to Swift quick. And I don't know if Ryan should throw that ball, maybe just throwing it away.
They had good coverage. I mean, the play definitely was to run there. Naz looked like they pulled a few guys off. They knew it was 3rd and long, so they didn't pin their ears back this time. They dropped 5 guys, so they were able to hold their coverage a little bit longer.
And Jake is back in as quarterback.
As Naz look at the ball once again in the RB half. They haven't been able to convert yet on offense, but we'll see if this changes. As a couple broken tackles by number 28 on Naz. That's Justin Weller. He never stops those legs moving. A couple arm tackles are nothing on him. You got to get full body into that boy to stop him.
And here the RB defense has to get ready. Here they come, no huddle.
As always, Naz is trying to get a play off every 10 seconds. Handoff up the middle to a truck of a running back. Oh my goodness, he's fighting through tackles after tackles. RB finally drags him down. That is Clyde Tucker.
They ran basically the same play. They had success on first play of the drive, come right back to it until RB can stop it, I guess.
Yep, great downhill running by Tucker.
Tucker at one point had 4 guys on him, and he was still able to push forward.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Looks like more of an offensive lineman on RB's side. Good open field tackle by Matt Jackson.
It'll be good for a first down.
Handoff to Tucker. Tucker fights for a hard 7 yards.
Well, Naz looks like they've decided that they're not going to mess around throwing the ball here. They're just going to try to pound it as best they can here. They're running out of time in the first half. They want to make sure they can try to get another score on the board.
And look, Jake is off the field as Carson comes out. Last week had the winning touchdown pass for.
And that is a touchdown. And that is Michael Masterson. Untouched into the end zone. Yep, as you said, Nash is pounding straight forward, straight forward, straight forward. They know they have the size advantage, and now they're exploiting it here as they take the 13-point lead. With this extra point, will be 14. There's two advantages to running downhill like that. One, tire out the defense, and the other one, you can control the clock a little bit more. And you can. I know Nash is more of a fast-paced offense. Normally don't control the clock, but if they get up by a lot, we'll see if they start to slow down the offense.
And that extra point was good. Bringing the score now, Nazareth 14, Bulldogs 0, with 2:56 remaining in the second.
And you have to assume, obviously, for Naz, they're going to emphasize holding on to the ball now. They fumbled it 4 or 5 times, lost it 3 times. And so for RB now, they might have potentially missed an opportunity when they had those turnovers and they didn't turn it into any points. You know, is Naz going to keep giving them those opportunities again?
We will see as Naz gets set to kick off. Back to return are Adolfo Linares and Lewis Rogers. As Dixon was taken off in an ambulance. No word of what exactly happened to him yet. We will try to get you some more information after the half.
Dolzman lines up the ball center of the field.
Booming kick. Grabbed by Linares on the 2-yard line. And Linares has about a 15-yard return down to 17-yard line.
Well, under 3 minutes to play here in the half, so RB's going to be up against the clock. They burned a timeout earlier. They still have 2. So we'll see if they can put together a decent drive here with 2 timeouts and just under 3 minutes remaining.
Swift, 3 receivers stacked on the near sideline. Swift in the shotgun. Gets hit as he throws, and he overthrows the receiver, Davis. Mike Davis, a tall guy. Not quite that tall, though.
No, and he had a hand in his face here before Swift threw the ball. Again, they went with the 3 receivers to one side, isolated Davis to the top of the screen there, and just weren't able to connect. So they've clearly been trying to take their shots. They know they're getting man-to-man coverage out there, but they just haven't been able to connect on any of those yet.
I think they just need to be patient because one of those, if they connect on one of those, that's a good 20-yard gain. They just need to be patient and keep on dialing those up. Nazareth bringing more and more as throw to, off the hands of Mike Davis. Nearly corralled. Great throw by Ryan Swift. Mike Davis was expecting that to be behind him, looked, and the ball was right where it needed to be.
Yeah, sometimes that's a hard thing for receivers to do. They start looking back and they let up a little bit on their speed. They just have to run through the route. If he kept his speed all the way through that route, he makes it to that ball and it's right in his hands. Once he turned around and started to turn those shoulders back, he lost his speed and the ball outpaced him.
Yeah, if he would have made that catch, that would have been on the Sports Center top 10 right there. That was a heck of a throw. And
the problem is you have now is you just went 2 downs with 2 incomplete passes. You've only burned about 8 seconds off the clock. You're looking at 3rd and long and potentially giving them the ball back with plenty of time for them.
Bulldogs call a timeout with 2:42 in the half. Nazareth up 14-0.
You know, they've done a good job managing the clock all the way through the half, but here they're potentially looking at giving Naz the ball back with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Hopefully they can convert here and get that clock moving again.
It has been a dogfight out here. A lot of tough plays, inside running, hard-earned yards, quick hits. It's been a crazy game so far. Naz fumbling the ball 5 or 6 times. 4 of them have been recovered by the Bulldogs.
Well, one of the unique things about this game is that a lot of the Naz players come from a lot of different neighborhoods, and a lot of those include neighborhoods here in RB's district. And so a lot of these kids know each other. They grew up together. And so it adds a little bit to this rivalry.
Sure thing as Swift under center. Weak side eye. Pitch to Zieglich. Zieglich! Oh, and that would have been a fantastic trick play. Thrown a little bit behind Swift. Oh, man. Coach Curtin was trying to dial up a little razzle-dazzle there.
Well, and the way the game's been going offensively for the Bulldogs, that's maybe something they needed to try to do. The conventional offense, there's been some good out of it, but they just haven't been able to move the ball, try a little trickery.
It's all right. It was the right play. Zieglich could not get the ball across the other side of the field as he was getting hit as he threw. And it's Brandos now. Kickoff. The Bulldogs barely burnt 10 seconds on that possession. Ooh, that was almost blocked again if it wasn't tipped. It was a high kick, a lot of hang time, and rolls out of bounds at the Bulldogs' own 41-yard line.
Yeah, Naz definitely loaded up on the left side of that. They had very few guys left on the right. They really brought all the pressure from the left side and almost got their hands on it.
We'll see. Tucker's back in the game after a very efficient possession. And I think that handoff was to
Tucker.
Yep.
Ben Boudet is back to be quarterback for Naz.
Oh, man, Tucker looks like another offensive lineman out there. Measurements on him, 5'10", 240. My goodness, what a big running back. As he gets the ball again, and he's got some speed attached to him too. Dragged down by Matt Jackson.
Well, that's 6 or 7 running plays in a row going back to the last drive. They've clearly decided that they're just going to pound this ball.
All right, and quarterback keeper brought down by 58, Jaron Moody.
Be interesting to see if Naz slows things down here a little bit. They got a minute 40.
Ball placed down at about the 6.
Well, they're right back to no huddle.
Oh, I think they were a little confused about where the play was supposed to go there, but he almost got in the end zone anyway. And he did. Touchdown, Nazareth.
Yeah, clearly a miscommunication. He went to hand it off and no one was home, but good instincts. He was able to just make something out of nothing there.
Yeah, you could just follow the blocks of the running back that was supposed to be there. All right, and with this extra point, Naz will have a 21-0 lead. Man, they're driving down the field quickly. Still a minute 23 left in the half as that kick sails through the uprights.
Well, now Arby's going to have to be careful on this next possession. Naz still has all 3 of their timeouts. If RB decides to throw the ball, they might stop the clock on their own, and even if they run the ball, Naz might burn their timeouts and try to get it back quickly and try to get one more score in before half. So RB's going to have to be efficient offensively. If they can't score themselves, at least manage the clock and get it wound down before half here. They don't want to have to give Naz the ball back again.
All right, getting ready to kick off. Mascalino. And the kick is a big old one, and that was almost in the end zone. Adolfo taken from his own 1. Hard running by Linares, broke 1 tackle and gets out to the 20-yard line. Good return by Adolfo for 20 yards.
Yeah, and he almost made a touchback. He kind of reached back with his back foot to make the catch, and if you just step in the end zone in high school, it's automatically a touchback. So he kept those toes off the goal line.
Saw it in the replay right there. Good vision by Adolfo. Holt head staying downfield, legs continuing to move, trying to get those extra yards.
Yeah, good tough run.
That's how you can tell RB is still in this game mentally. Those tough runs, trying to get those extra 2 yards. They still think they can win this, which they definitely can. Only down by 3 scores at the half. Swift. Great throw to Tracy, and he will get a first down. Clock stopped.
Nice call by the Bulldogs there. Naz gambled on the left side, brought the pressure, and Swift was rolling to his left and got away from it. Nice play by the Bulldogs.
Fantastic. It's Tracy. Did not get the first down, but got 9 yards. Make the second and 1. I could see RB taking a shot here. It's second and 1. I realize they're on their own half, but if they don't convert here, they can definitely get the 1 yard. Yet again, I'm not seeing any safety help over on the top, especially on the near sideline. Here they are trying to do something quick hit. Swift avoids pressure. Deep to Rogers. Ooh, and that was almost intercepted. Lewis got up there. He almost got a hand on it. Coaches telling RB to huddle up, and Swift receiving the call.
That was 25 Jack Dolan on coverage there.
Well, that time Naz brought the pressure on the left again, which is where Swift was rolling, but he was able to escape the pressure and still get off a pretty nice throw.
All right, Swift under center. Agnew in the backfield. Zieglich motioning. Oh, and that is encroachment. You could tell that was number 13 on Naz. Dex Kelly trying to get that extra jump, trying to get to the quarterback, which they've been doing proficiently tonight.
Well, again, you can see the Naz has decided to bring their blitzes from outside the tackle. Earlier in the game, they were bringing their blitzes right up in the A-gap because the quarterback was dropping straight back. Now that Swift's rolling out a lot more, that's where they're trying to counter with the pressure.
Perfect example of our play calling influencing their play calling, and puts us in the driver's seat mentally. Handoff around the end. Taken by Zieglich. Takes a big shot and does not get back to the line of scrimmage. As the clock winding down at 53 seconds in the half. Bulldogs trying to get to the line soon because...
Well, Naz not using their timeouts. They seem to be satisfied going into the half with their 3 scores.
Julian Love on that big hit last play, try and break loose the ball.
Great play in the backfield by Bakovic, among others. Sacking Swift, and the clock is winding down. 28 seconds.
Well, now Naz is going to take a timeout.
Maybe get one more shot at the end zone, or, as you said before, their kicker has a boot.
Well, and in the last time RB punted, they almost got a block, so if nothing else, they want to make RB have to kick the ball away. Gives them a free shot at trying to get a block or maybe a missed snap or something like that. So we'll see what RB can do here with 3rd and about 18 or 19.
Naz's special teams sure is good. They've had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Well, 2. One was called back by a block in the back. But a kickoff return for a touchdown, a blocked punt, and their kicker has quite the leg. So they can make some stuff happen, especially if RB comes out throwing here and doesn't force Naz to use another timeout. I think it may even be smarter since it's 3rd and so long that they should just give a good inside run the clock down, maybe even a draw. Hopefully if they get the first down on a draw maybe, but just play to keep the clock running.
If nothing else, you force Naz to stop the clock again and use another timeout. So even if you have to punt it to him, it gives them one last chance to stop the clock. And you can at least try to get into halftime down 3 scores. You played a tough half. Kind of got away from them a little bit here in the end of the second quarter, but you got some things that you can build on for the second half. So it looks like a running formation.
And it is handoff to Linares. Linares gets 5 or 6. Not enough for the first down whatsoever. You can see good downhill running by Linares, who got a big hole on that one. All right, now
Naz
fourth
did
and
call
long.
the timeout, so they only have 1 left.
22 seconds left in the half. RB down by 21. Now punting away to Naz. Let's see if what Naz can do with 22 seconds. All right, the ref calls the players back out there, and RB maybe setting up in a max protect punt here, just to make sure the punt is not blocked.
Well, you definitely don't want to give them a good return here. So if you can angle it away from them, maybe get some roll, kill more of the clock.
Or get a high punt where RB would have time to get down there, force a fair catch, and flag on the field. Let's see what happens here. Maybe it looks like maybe it been an offsides on Naz. Let's see what the call is. Yep, offsides.
Still probably
Exactly.
not enough for RB
There.
to change out of their punt formation.
Yeah, certainly not, but gives them a little bit more room. It would make the return a little bit longer. All right, Bulldogs motioning in to make sure they protect that punt, or rather, flags coming out. Let's see what the call is.
Maybe a delay of game on RB as the clock did hit 0.
Yep, delay of game. Pushes him right back. .21 seconds left on the clock. Naz up 21-0. Brandos, back to kick. Here comes Naz. Oh, almost got a hand to it. High kick. Oh man, he almost lost it, and he breaks it upfield. We'll see what. Oh, and he gets stopped by a couple Bulldogs, one of which Gabe Lopez.
Not
center.
sure the Naz coaches are going to like the fact that he tried to come up and field that ball.
That was Doug DeFusco, so it looks like he's back and better.
Yes, actually, yes, that's a great point. He took a pretty hard hit on the far sideline in that first quarter. I'm glad to see him back out there.
And it is.
Yep, 8 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10 here at the 49-yard line.
And it's Carson, the quarterback this time.
RB back in a prevent set, playing way off on the receivers.
DeFusco motioning.
Looking
Carson.
for a deep pass.
Looking to DeFusco. He got under that one quite a bit. Oh, and that was nearly intercepted by number 58, Jaron Moody.
I think the weather may finally be getting to the players. It is pretty cold out there, and that can not be good for them.
No, it can't, yeah. A couple cold hands may have been contribution to that errant throw.
And Jake Bartels will be brought out with 2 seconds left. Go for it.
Yeah, I think he was trying to put too much on it and got underneath it. The ball is kind of spun out of control there.
Jake in shotgun.
3 wide receivers on the far sideline, 1 on the near. Rolls right.
He's throwing.
Far as clock time runs out. Interception by Mad Action Jackson. And that will end the first half. Score Nazareth 21, Bulldogs 0. We'll be back after these messages. We're sending it to the studio for the very own halftime show sponsored by Dr. Pizza. Hey, and welcome back to the RBTV Game of the Week. I'm Andrew Pilewski here with Charlie Swick and Dan Monahan live from Shoe Stadium. You saw that massive kickoff return by Nazareth. That was a behemoth, and that brings it down well into RB territory, down to the 28.
Yeah, certainly not the start RB wanted coming out of the half. I'm sure they tried to regroup and figure out a way to get back in this game. So now the defense is going to have to cinch it up here, try to hold serve.
The defense played very well in the first quarter and in the beginning of the second quarter, but towards the end of that third quarter, you could tell Nazareth was just starting to run it down their throat.
And it is
Quarterback kept.
Jonah Boudet.
And Boudet will be into the end zone. Oh, man, one offensive play, and he is into the end zone. That'll make the score Nazareth 27, Bulldogs 0.
That's why Nazareth has him. He's good on running, and he is also good on the keeper calls.
Exactly. You know, the RB doesn't know what's coming at him. You got Carson, Boudet. You got too many people that can just gash you in so many different ways from Nazareth. RB has to be very aware of who's out there, and I don't know if they were aware of Boudet's running ability on that one, because he got around the outside and got around quick.
That was only Jonah's second touchdown of the season so far, and you can see why he's running it. He's only 1 for 8 attempts passing.
Well, and this continues the theme from the first half. Other than a couple of Hail Marys that Naz tried to throw right there at the end of the first half, they really haven't gone to the pass. They've gone exclusively to the run. They are having success, and so I don't expect that to change much here in the second half until RB stops them.
And Michael Hillsman setting up to punt at the left hash.
Bulldog looking to get a big return here.
There's the kick. It's a line drive, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the 20-yard line was the average marker for the return by the Bulldogs. So they got it around there now.
And with less punishment on Linares, they're without a return.
Exactly. And you know they're going to need him in the second half. Justin Agnew took a lot of hits that first half and maybe starting to get tired. Swift under center.
Nazareth showing signs of blitzing.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the box. Fakes the pitch, hand off the middle, gets maybe 3 yards.
So now again, maybe more of this gamesmanship. Run up the middle. Naz has been bringing the pressure from the outside, and so now they're hoping that things are opening up on the inside running game.
Yeah, it's just a matter of going outside, going inside, going outside, going inside, going outside, going inside. All right, Swift under center. 2 running backs.
Run.
Adolfo Linares maybe gets 2 at 3. Great push by the end of the run right there. Adolfo, quicker guy. A lot of power, though. A lot more power than you think.
Well, RB hasn't had too many opportunities like this with third and manageable where they can go to just about any play they want. Most of the night it's been third and long.
All right, Swift under center. Strong side eye. All right, that is Linares. Cuts to the outside. Almost got tackled, but stays on his feet.
Oh.
And that would be maybe a late hit on Adolfo. As he's unshaken by the late hit, maybe coming down against Nazareth. We'll wait for the call.
Rough call made by a ref if that is a late hit.
I don't think it was really a late hit as much as it was the kid was lying on the ground and Linares kind of fell over him there.
Yeah. Rough call for Naz.
Yeah, just as they thought they had RB stopped, Linares breaks to the outside, and on top of the big first down, Naz gets a unfortunate penalty, and RB has the ball in Nazareth territory. Let's see if they can keep the ball moving. A lot of great running by Linares right there as they go empty backfield. Swift in the shotgun. Scratch that, Linares motions inside. 3 wide receiver set. Cornerback blitz. Swift under pressure. Dumps it out to Ziegler, who cannot corral it. His pass is incomplete. Swift pointed out the cornerback blitz and was ready for it on the hot read. With the hot read, Ziegler, he was wide open, and yeah, maybe one step on his defender, and I don't know if Swift delivered the ball there at in a slow rate or not a little bit in front of him, or Ziegler dropped it, but good recognition of the blitz by Swift.
On that play, it looked like number 5, Daniel Bakovic of Nazareth, did get a finger or two on that ball.
All right, Swift in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. All right, Swift trying to do something, and I think he just threw that one away. Pocket was collapsing around him. It'll be 3rd and 10. Now, I don't really understand the move to go away from the running game there. You know, you got a first down off 3 very solid run plays, and then go empty backfield on consecutive plays.
Well, and again, we've been talking about this all night, that Naz has been alternating their stunts inside and outside, trying to pick up on what RB's doing. They've been bringing the pressure on the outside. That time, Swift kind of rolled right into it and had to scramble back underneath.
All right, Swift.
For a pass.
Nothing there.
Almost. Oh, he sat.
Man.
Wait,
I
does
think
Nazareth have the ball, though?
I think he was trying to throw it forward. That may have been real. Let's see what the ruling on the field is. They're saying that I think Swift is definitely trying to throw it forward there. Let's see what ruling on the field is. I think they may be ruling it a fumble based on the reaction of the RB players. Let's see what the call is.
Looks
Chain
like
gate certainly thinks it's a fumble.
refs don't know what it is.
Army scrambling to get their defensive package out there, as they thought Swift was throwing it forward, as I did. I thought he was definitely throwing it forward there, but I think the refs misconstrued the actions of Swift there.
But it looked as if he threw it, it looked like Naz got it before it hit the ground, and that's where they're getting the call that it is Nazareth's ball.
Yeah, they maybe, let's see if they're reversing the call here. Yeah, I think they're saying it's a 4th down, and Ben Brondos and others will be out to punt. See what the call is. Yep, and Brondos trots onto the field for the punt.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you get goofy plays like that, even with all those referees down there, it's hard for them to see what really happened when it happens at real time. And without the advantage of instant replay or anything like they have at the college and pro ranks, they just got to do the best they can.
Doug Tafusco back. Snap high for Brondos. Brondos corrals. Angled kick very high.
Bounced out around the 26-yard line.
And the mediocre punt by Brondos will give Naz starting field position at their own 25.
When he's had 3 or 4 punts tonight where the snap's been direct but a little bit high where he's had to reach up and grab it, and he just isn't able to really step into the kick much.
And also that gives Naz a little bit more time to adjust to the kick.
And number 3, Carson Bartels is in for Nazareth as quarterback. Little to no gain on that play for Nazareth.
All right, Bartels.
It's another run.
And flag comes flying in from across the field. Another flag.
Looks like area of holding, I would say. If it's where those flags are coming from. But again, Naz has not gone back to a pass yet. They've stuck with the running game. No face mask.
Vasquez.
They'll give Naz the first down.
All right, and Nazareth looking to come away here. Handoff up the middle, trap, run. Oh, and he shoves the RB defender. That is number 5, Bakovich. Bowling over the RB defender, number 48, Richard Theus. Ran right through him.
Looks like he makes it all the way to 33-yard line.
And that'll be a clear first down.
The RB's going to have to dig deep here. I think Naz is figure they're just going to keep running them over, so they're going to have to toughen it up on defense.
It's another run.
And that gets about 4 yards.
And that was number 5, Bakovich again on the carry. Carson still in for Nazareth. And it's another run.
Got a lot of blockers out in front of him. Makes it out to about the 15-yard line.
Good for a first down.
And schematically, RB's defense is where they need to be. They're just not able to tackle these runners from Nazareth. You know, they had good containment on that. They got the running back to turn back up inside, but they just weren't able to corral him and get him to the ground.
Another quick play by Nazareth as it is taken up the middle. And it looks like Kyle Tucker was the carrier on that play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
All right, and that second four goes
Another
around
run.
the end. And
Another flag.
flag flies in. Probably a holding.
Yeah, that's from back there. That's usually what the call is.
It looks like it will be on Nazareth. So that'll bring it back all the way at 21-yard line. Bringing up 2nd and long. It's a fake run.
All the way
QB
around the end.
keep. He's still going.
And that's Carson.
He ran into his
Bowling
own
into the
player,
end zone.
but it is good for a touchdown. They ruled a touchdown, it seems, before the ball went loose.
Yep, it was definitely. He definitely was into the end zone before that ball pops loose. My goodness, what a powerful run by Carson, the quarterback, showing his footwork. That's the second in a row where
Here's
Nazareth
the
came on the
replay.
field, had a quarterback run. You can see here, Nazareth, he just ran, juked Jackson,
Ran into his
bowled over a beard knife, but
I don't know.
he was definitely in the end zone before that ball came out.
Yeah, it's tough to see without a sideline view. It was close, but they
And,
rolled him in.
point after will be good.
Which will make the score, Nazareth 35, Bulldogs 0.
Naz set that play up nicely. They'd been just pounding the ball with their tailbacks, and sometimes it's easy, that momentum, you just get sucked into that, and then the bootleg is wide open.
Yeah, and now Naz takes a commanding 35-point lead. Man, this game looked under control for the Bulldogs for much of the first half, most of the first half, from most of the first quarter and the first half of the second quarter. They looked in control of the game, and now Nazareth is severely in control. They're up 35 points. The Bulldogs playing well, though.
Well, Justin, you said this earlier that Naz had to avoid the interceptions. It didn't end up being interceptions; it ended up being fumbles. But turnovers are turnovers, and RB unfortunately wasn't able to capitalize on them. But they gave him that opportunity.
And that's going to be caught around the 5-yard line. And
Lewis Rogers breaks one tackle, stiff arms another, stiff arms another. And gets pushed out of bounds and more. A little extracurricular activities there by a couple Nazareth players.
RB sideline looking for that flag there.
None called, none thrown though. And that makes none of the RB players happy. That was right by their sideline too.
It'll be Bulldogs ball near the 21-yard line.
All right, now Swift in the shotgun. Agnew next to him. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Split out really wide. Swift takes the hand off to Agnew. Oh man, great job selling the fake by Swift. I think he took 2 or 3 Nazareth players with him when he sold that fake and got an extra 7 or 8 yards because of it. Great job by Ryan.
When you said in the last drive you wondered why they got away from the run, they were having some success with it. Here they come right back to it, get some good positive yardage.
Yep, that's how you start out a drive with some positive yardage, get some momentum back.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. It's a pass.
Ryan Swift bootleg. No one, and he goes down. May have done better just to throw that away there. Instead of taking the sack and push him.
Yeah, once he got outside of the tackles there, he probably should have got rid of it. A lot of pressure from Naz up front.
Getting out of the pocket, I thought he was just trying to get out from the tackles here and throw it away, but
So they'll bring down 3rd and 18 for the Bulldogs. There's the snap. Fake pitch. Pass, and they're going to give him a yard with forward motion. So RB will bring out the punters.
Yep, and here comes Ben Brondos. Had a couple bad punts, but they may have been influenced by bad snaps. We'll see how he does on this one.
And Doug DeFusco is back around the 38-yard line.
Oh, man, that could have been clearly blocked. He ran into the punter, and that will be a penalty. And there will be a roughing the bunter, running into the punter penalty enforced. And DeFusco trying to do a little bit too much, brought down by Zieglich.
I don't know that this is going to be a personal foul penalty. It might just be a running into the or bumping into the kicker.
Yeah, he didn't come at him straight on. He came at it from the side.
And he was going for the ball, which it looked like he did get a finger or two on the ball. So
yeah, we'll see what the call is here.
Well, it's interesting because I thought in high school there was no incidental contact. I thought it was only
if you
a 15-yarder if you call it on the kicker there. I don't know that there is a 5-yard penalty. We'll see if there's. Looks like they're sorting it out right now. If he had gotten a hand on the ball, that would wipe the penalty out. Once you get a finger or a hand on the ball, then you can bang into the kicker. But I thought that there was not a 5-yard option on that.
Let's see. Yep, I think it would be running into the kicker, which was declined.
No, apparently they do then. Yeah.
So it will be Nazareth's ball at the 39-yard line.
Well, this might be one of the last stands for the RB defense. They've hung in there as best they could all night, but getting close to that 40-point barrier.
Where the clock just starts running.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of your last stand.
All right, let's see here as now the trap run smelt out.
And that was, and they brought in number 19.
Good fill there, good fill.
Boudet to quarterback now.
Nico Powell with the tackle there. Great job smelling off that trap run.
Nazareth sets up. It's another run. He's still going.
And is he stopped short of the first? I think he fell forward into it. Let's see what the call is. Oh, no. They mark him a yard short. Clock continues to run.
Well, Naz sticking with their no-huddle approach here, getting right to the ball and getting ready to run another play.
Nope, they'll give him the first down. It looks like he did get enough across the line to gain that first down.
Yeah, the spot of the ball was a little generous right there. It'll be a 1st and 10.
QB hold.
Nice job on the backside, the defensive end staying home there. It's easy to get caught chasing those plays, stayed home and made a nice play there on the backside.
And they bring out Jake Bartels now.
They're running quarterbacks in and out, left and right. I don't know, RB mentally gave up with this here.
It's a run, but he is trapped for a loss, it looks like. And they will bring out Carson Bartels as well.
Again, another nice job by the RB defense, really setting the edge there, forcing the play back inside. That's where their help is. Nice stop on that play.
Also, Naz still trying to do that no-huddle offense style. That seems to be working.
And 2:33 left in the third quarter. Here, Naz up 35-0. So touchdown here would put that 40-point barrier, which would make the clock continue to run. All right, the great run by the Naz running back. That was number 27 on Naz as Masterson.
Well, on 1st and 2nd down, RB did a nice job containing that time. They got clamped down. They got pushed out wide. good running lane for Naz.
And they will leave Carson. It's another run play.
Oh, smells out by a herd of Bulldogs. Stop Maston short of the line of scrimmage.
But it looks like forward motion will give them just a smidge off the original line. And they bring in Jake.
Pitch. Good blocking out in front.
Still going. And he is brought down good for a first down, and that is Joey Citro.
Nice job by Citro. Following his blocks, being patient with the run, letting the holes develop there, as he was not touched until much later.
Well, and they kind of went against the grain there. They ran that toss to the short side. Usually you see that run to the wide side where the runner has a little bit more room to work. Here they come with a counter back inside.
Big block by number 65, and that was it. Sprung the runner for a touchdown.
That was number 28, Justin Weller.
And the block was delivered by number 64, Lucas Stimac.
If you run those plays back to back, you'd see that they set that up with the toss the first play. Then they fake the toss and bring the handoff inside on the second one, and it's wide open.
Yeah, it was great coaching by Naz, good play calling. And that, with this extra point, score will be Naz 42, Bulldogs 0. Oh, and that's off the post, and that extra point is no good.
Looked like a bad snap for Nazareth, and the ball wasn't settled when the kick happened.
The Bulldogs, I want to see them get some points on the board. You know, I think they need to show Naz that they're better than this, because they are better than this. For most part of the first half, it was only a 7-point game, and they got away from them at the end, and especially now. But it really should be still a close game. I think the Bulldogs have squandered some opportunities offensively, but they're doing an all right job.
Osman kicking. But a flag on the play.
Offsides, probably.
Will be on Naz, and will move them back. And a re-kick. Hillsman still kicking from the center. And there's the kick. Line drive. Still out to around the 7-yard line.
Man, Linares saw a hole on that one. Tried to bust it up for a big one. The clock running.
Looks like the ball will be placed down at around the 28-yard line.
Well, and unfortunately, in a situation like this, the time runs out pretty quick because of the running clock. But as coaches, you have an opportunity now to maybe look at some players, try some new things, really do some evaluation here and see what kind of things you have to build with.
Yeah, you have a couple games left in the season, and one of them against conference teams. A couple of them against conference teams. One of which Fenton here at home next week. So I think it'd be good to try out some plays, maybe try out some players. See what you like, see what you don't like, as the third quarter winds to a close. Sponsored by Dr. Pizza. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We have a quarter more of action left. Bulldogs down 41-0, but we can see a little bit more in this fourth quarter. We'll be right back after these messages. Now, all right, we're back live from Shuey Stadium. We have 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You know, we've been trying to come back for a while. Sorry, some technical difficulties. Must have forced the headsets to go off for a little bit, but we are back now with 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And it looks like it will be a false start on the Bulldogs there.
And this is one of the things that the coaches can evaluate. You're in a game that's obviously very lopsided, so you want to work with your athletes on staying mentally tough and still keeping your heads in the game, not getting sloppy, not making silly mistakes out there. You want to play hard all the way till the end of the game.
All right, 10 minutes and 23 seconds and counting left for the Bulldogs. See if we can get a good drive here. Swift under center, 2 wide receiver set. Bootleg left to Tracy. Tracy fights for a couple of hard 3 yards. Good hands. Kyle Tracy has some of the best hands on our team. It's a little bit of an undersized tight end, using more for in the passing attack than the blocking for sure.
So it'll be 4th and looks like 6 for Bulldog. And they will be kicking away.
All right, Ben Brando's back to kick.
Looks like number 85 is back for.
And he feels a kick at around the 30-yard line and gets stopped inside the 40. And that'd be by number 84, Tracy, who had the last reception.
Well, the Naz return guy certainly not shy about coming up and fielding those balls on a bounce. Usually you want to make sure you secure possession, and if you stay away from it, it's going to be your ball, and they've just been real aggressive coming up and fielding those balls on a bounce. RB defense should probably be looking to play the run here. Naz is not thrown a pass since the second quarter.
Yeah.
And it is number 19, the quarterback this time.
So you have an opportunity maybe to sell out against the run, make some nice plays defensively, build your confidence as a player.
Exactly. But you got to be careful to pass too, because Naz could all of a sudden run a play action pass and burn you for a big one here.
Yeah. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Roadrunners at the 37-yard line.
I think they may be going for more conservative, though, with 41 seconds left.
Well,
all right, rolls
maybe
out.
not.
Keeps it down
It's
the
a
field.
deep pass.
Linares just trying to run blanket coverage there. He had no idea where the ball was, just trying to get his hands in between the receiver's hands.
Looked
Must
like
have worked.
Nick DiMatteo, number 38 for Nazareth, was in deep to receive.
Well, kind of surprised there, Naz running a pass play. Obviously, it's a running clock. They got the game well in hand. They also may be trying some new things. They might have plays that they would want to have a chance to work on. But usually once teams get up this much, they kind of realize the other team is conceded, and they run the ball and try to kill the clock as quick as possible.
Yeah, and there's the running play we were just talking about for maybe a yard.
And that was number 44, Joey Nelson.
7:21 left in the fourth quarter. Nazareth up 41-0 and will be forced to punt.
At 4th and 8 from their own 39.
Again, not knowing all the personnel out there for RB, I'm assuming that some kids have started to cycle in the game now that it's the fourth quarter. It's got to feel good for them. You know, they're playing in a football game. They're getting a stop against a high-powered offense.
And Masterson off a high snap kicks it away. Over the head.
Rogers calls for a fair catch, and that rolls back. Held by Nazareth at the 26-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start their next drive as the clock continues to wind. 36:35 left in the game here. All right, let's see if the Bulldogs can get a drive going here. Try maybe seeing some more interesting plays. Plays maybe previewing. They may be previewing for us on the game next week against Fenton. Swift under a lot of pressure. Bootlegs. Almost escapes a tackle, but sacked for a loss. And that sack is by number 29, Eduardo Claudio. Good sack by Claudio. He hasn't come in the game much yet, so it's good to get in there and get a sack on the quarterback. You know, one of the first plays you've been in the game.
Well, and Swift might have bailed out of the pocket a little bit sooner than he had to. The pressure wasn't coming like it's been most of the night. I think he kind of ran into the pressure more than it was flushing him out of the pocket.
And that is an after effect of pressure. If you have pressure all night, you see it. As soon as you see it, you want to run out. You want to get maybe a cleaner look. Good pass out to Zieglich and a good backside block by Lewis Rogers, who recognized as soon as he wasn't getting the ball, went back to make a block.
It was a much better job. Stayed in the pocket, followed his receivers, his progression. Nice completed pass. You know, and that's a good confidence builder. Simple little play, but it feels good to complete it.
It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs here at their own 31-yard line with 4:40 left in the fourth. It's a pass.
Swift almost delivered it to his receiver. Maybe looking for something deeper, but I think he got a little bit of happy feet in the pocket. Nervous about the pressure. I would be too. They've been hammering him all night. The clock continues to wind, now down to 4:20 in the game.
Pressure there was brought on by number 51, Christopher Kolnig. And it'll be 4th and 6. And number 85, Joey Fontano, will be back to receive the punt.
And big punt by Brandos, line drive. Takes a big hop and rolls a bunch. Ended up being a bigger punt than expected, down to the 27-yard line.
With now under 3:45 left in the fourth, it will be Nazareth's ball from the 26-yard line.
And with the running clock, be hard-pressed to think that this series won't be about all that we're going to see here for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they may just hand it off and try to end the game in possession of the ball here. They got a strong enough running attack too, but last time the Bulldogs did stop them with a 3 and out, so we'll see if they do that again here.
And they did bring back Jonah Boudet.
Handoff, stopped by a herd of Bulldogs. 17, Purple Pierdonac was one of the people in there on the coverage.
I heard the whistle on the play. It looked like the ball came out there at the end, but he might have been down already.
Yeah, let's see here.
I didn't see any markers go off to show a fumble, so it looks like Nazareth will still be in possession, but a loss on that play.
All right, Naz getting up to the line. I formation. Expect another run of similar shape here. 2:20 left in the game. Trap
Run
play.
up the middle.
Gets it for about 2 or 3. Back up to the line of scrimmage. And maybe one more.
Just over 2 minutes now in this fourth quarter.
Some players normally get playing time and who they expect to be big contributors to the Bulldogs next season, such as Mario Salgado, the corner, and Zeke Linares, the corner, getting some playing time today, as well as Purple Pierdonac, the sophomore linebacker, and Adolfo Linares, who normally doesn't play a lot of defense. He's a safety, though. He's also mainly our running back. Oh, man, good job shedding a block there and making the tackle. Richard Diaz. big contributor for the Bulldogs, forces a fourth down with 1:30 left in the game.
Yeah, real nice play coming upfield there to make that stop.
Now just under 1:20 left in the fourth. Mike Masterson will be punting away the ball for Naz.
Naz won that clock down to the last second.
And it's a low punt.
Oh, fielded by Linares, shakes a tackle. Masterson shakes his tackle as well and gives it out to about the 50-yard line. Great return by Adolfo Linares, a little risky. I didn't think Naz was expecting him to try to return that, but Adolfo brought it out to about the 50-yard line. Great return.
Yeah, heck of a run. It's good to see kids playing hard all the way to the end of the game here with just a minute, only 30-some seconds left, but still playing his butt off out there.
Looks like they'll try and get one last play off with less than 30 seconds to go in this fourth quarter.
All right, Swift under center, weak side eye. 2 receivers set.
It's pitch.
Pitch to Pasker, normal linebacker, now transferred into running back with all the injuries this season.
And that will end the game.
And that is the end of a long one here at RB. Bulldogs are defeated by the Nazareth Roadrunners 41-0. Fantastic game had by both sides. The score does not indicate the true nature of the game. The Bulldogs played very tough in that first half, and really you can't ask for much more against a very, very good Nazareth team with playoff aspirations. For everyone here, for Charlie Quick and for Mr. Monahan, I'm Andrew Pilevsky. So long and good night. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll have the Fenton game at 7 o'clock. So long, everybody.